guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. So much to cover, so I'm not going to waste any time. So before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get the 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Let's start out by talking about Joan Laporta. Of course, Joan Laporta has been all around the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours because, of course, he is the favorite to win the presidential election on March the 7th. So everyone's watching his every move and seeing what he's doing. First thing coming from Mundo saying that Joan Laporta will present his professional sections of his project today. And next Thursday, February 25th, he will present his sporting project. So add that to your calendar. Joan Laporta will be presenting his sporting project on the 25th of February. Now, a lot of concerns came out the other day. Of course, the first presidential debate took place between Victor Font and Toni Freixa, and Joan Laporta was not in attendance. And both Toni Freixa and Victor Font criticized Joan Laporta for his absence in Wednesday's electoral debate on Barca TV. Laporta did not want to participate because he hasn't presented his sporting project yet, but will do so next Thursday. And yesterday, Joan Laporta did an interview with ESPN, and he gave us some great insight on what he's going to do when he becomes the Barcelona president, and also touched upon the PSG humiliation. Let's get into see what he had to say. Started by saying that I remain determined to convince Messi to continue at Barcelona. Within our possibilities, competing against clubs that may pay him much more, I will try to convince him to continue and help us build the Barcelona for the future. We will go to Paris calmly and to maintain our dignity, but we should have an atmosphere of a comeback even if it's more difficult. We've done it before. Then Laporta was asked about the signing of Haaland to Barcelona, saying, look, is it possible? Can you make it happen? He said to Haaland, if we have to improve the team, I have the cards ready to play them. I have all the cards ready to face all situations. Barca fans can trust that the club will once again be sustainable. I spoke with Piqué after the loss against PSG. He transferred his spirit extendable to the entire squad. And I also want to share with you guys a quote from Laporta that came out straight after the PSG humiliation. He said that I didn't say anything about the defeat. I suffered it in silence just like any other fan. We can't throw away the towel and accept defeat just yet. There are no transition season at Barcelona, and that's how the Kool-Aids are. For me, these quotes from Joan Laporta are a big indication that he honestly feels like he's going to win this election in a landslide. Because he's basically acting like a president here. He's talking about science, talking about what he's going to do, calling the players in the dressing room, telling them, look, keep your heads up, we can make a comeback. He's basically acting as the president right now, even though he's not a president, which is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. But of course, the main topic is that Joan Laporta wants to bring Erling Haaland to Barcelona. Coutron came out saying that Joan Laporta is working closely with Marc Zorg, Dortmund's sporting director, to bring Erling Haaland to the Camp Nou. He is also in consistent conversation with Mino Raiola, the player's agent. Shortly after the interview from Laporta was released and the source from Coutron coming out saying that Laporta is interested in Erling Haaland, Oriol came out, who's of course a very reliable source in Barcelona, saying that Erling Haaland's release clause for 75 million is valid this summer, not 2021. If that's the case, Barcelona should be absolutely going for Erling Haaland this summer, and all the top European clubs are going to be going for him for sure. But this report from Oriol is raising concern for me, because as we all know, Fabrizio Romano is without a shadow of a doubt the top journalist in the world right now, and he tweeted out on Wednesday when Erling Haaland was scoring 2 goals against Sevilla. He came out saying that, and remembers, 75 million release clause included in the contract, officially available in 2022. So we have one top source in Barcelona saying that, look, his release clause is active this summer. Then we have Fabrizio Romano, who's probably the top journalist in the world, saying, nope, it's activated next summer. So for me, I'm sitting here absolutely confused, having no idea. But now Fabrizio Romano has a backing of another top journalist in Christian Folk, who's of course one of the biggest journalists in the Bundesliga. He came out backing Fabrizio Romano, saying that the 75 million release clause of Erling Haaland is only valid for summer of 2022. Looks like Oriol got this one wrong, because that's 2 big top journalists coming out backing each other, saying that, look, the release clause is in 2022. So that leads me to believe that the release clause is set to be in 2022. But that doesn't mean that we can't go for him this summer. But of course, with Barcelona's financial crisis, it is going to be very difficult. I do expect Laporta to make a big push for Erling Haaland. Now I want to give you guys a quick update on the Lionel Messi suing El Mundo situation. Of course, as we all know, a few weeks ago, El Mundo released Lionel Messi's contract without his permission. Currently, this one's coming in from Rodriguez, saying that Lionel Messi will surely file a lawsuit against El Mundo for making his contract public. He is studying 2 possible ways. 1, a civil lawsuit for assault on the right to honor, or secondly, a criminal complaint for disclosure of secrets. He also stated that criminal lawyers have been added to Messi's group of lawyers, and that this double lawsuit will go against El Mundo for sure, and will also study whether against some of the people who had the access to the contract. So Lionel Messi is 100% going to be suing El Mundo, and while he's suing El Mundo, he also wants to find out who leaked the contract. And hopefully when he finds out who leaked the contract, he lets everyone know about it. The next one's coming in from Costa in regards to Messi going to PSG. They're saying that PSG cannot have 3 players just like Neymar, Mbappe, Messi together because of financial fair play. So I've been getting a lot of questions about Messi going to PSG. The only possible way Messi can go to PSG is that if they let Mbappe or Neymar go. Looks like Neymar is going to be signing that contract extension, so he's staying. So that means they have to let Mbappe go in order to get Messi. They cannot have all 3. So if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, then you can expect the Messi to PSG rumors to be flying all over the place. But Mbappe is going to stay at PSG and sign a new contract. If you hear rumors about that, Messi to PSG is not happening. happening, the most likely destination for Messi if he were to leave Barcelona is Manchester City. Now I want to talk about Ronald Koeman's future, which is currently up in the air. Is coming in from Mundo saying that Ronald Koeman is a club legend, but if Barcelona finish trophyless this season, his future will not be in his hands. Barcelona have played much better under him, and he has given chance to the youngsters too, but the results are just not going his way. Against the PSG, for example, and when it was 1-1 at halftime, but Ousmane Dembele had a big chance missed to make it 2-0, and even Antoine Griezmann missed a big chance as well. Also coming in from AS saying that after the PSG game, Koeman found the locker room totally collapsed and dejected. Now we are all screwed, but we will get up, was the brief mention that he wanted to convey to the players before locking himself in his office with his assistants. Of course, nothing is definitive as we don't have a president, so I think Koeman until the end of the season will 100% stay, as we probably all know. But for me personally, I had to defend Koeman in the fact that he's doing the best of what he has. Of course, he had no transfer window, no president, in a pandemic, everything going against him, big players not performing, everyone's missing their chances, but of course it's not good enough. We've lost every single big game this season. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, Sevilla, Super Cup against Athletic Bilbao. Every single big game we've had this season we've lost, and that is a cause for concern. But for me personally, like I said before, I think Koeman is doing the best of what he has, and I think if Laporta wins the presidential election, he will back Koeman and give him another season. The next player I want to talk about is Bryan. Of course, Bryan is one of the up-and-coming Spanish talents, currently playing for Eibar on loan from Sevilla. He's an absolutely fantastic young Spanish talent, and he has been linked with Barcelona. Mundo coming out saying that Barcelona have been following Bryan for a long time and have around 40 reports on him. The Sevilla winger, who's on loan at Eibar, has a release clause of 35 million, but it could be 150 million if he renews his contract until 2023. Personally, I think Bryan is an absolutely fantastic talent. Of course, he's playing for the Spanish under-21s, under-23s. He's doing very, very well at Eibar, but the problem is that he looks like he's going to be extending his Sevilla contract. Of course, Mundo came out yesterday saying that Bryan, who is on the Barcelona radar, is expected to renew his contract at Sevilla until 2025 instead of 2023, which means that his release cost will raise to 150 million. Let me know down below your thoughts on Bryan. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player, and of course, I would take him at Barcelona for sure. The final player I want to talk about is Memphis Depay. Of course, we've been linked with Depay for the past 6 months now. Of course, Koeman desperately wants him, and he's going to be on a free this summer. The Lyon president came out with a quote yesterday saying that I've always wanted Depay to stay, but our proposal has not been accepted. We helped him to go to Barcelona, but it was not economically possible on their side. Until the end, we believe that we can renew him for next season. So I still believe that Depay is definitely on the radar of Ronald Koeman and Barcelona. He's going to be on a free deal, but of course he's going to ask for big wages and a big sign-on bonus, all that sort of stuff. But the main thing for me is that Depay wants to come to Barcelona, and it's been completely evident of that. Of course, Lyon tried to, help Barcelona out, giving them a very, very cut price for Depay, then maybe paying it back in the future. But Barcelona just had absolutely no money and couldn't make the deal done. But I still feel like Barcelona could have done this deal in January. Of course, Javi Miguel came out with a great point. Of course, is his opinion. He talked about Matthias Fernandes, saying that Matthias Fernandes signing deserves a thorough investigation within the club. We paid 7.5 million for him, and we could have used that money, 5 million for Depay, 3 million for Eric Garcia in January. If Koeman is still the Barcelona manager next season, you can definitely expect more Depay rumors to come. Now let's talk about some of the news surrounding Barcelona at the moment. First one coming in from TV3 saying that the dressing room thinks that the loss against PSG is a very hard blow and a direct attack on the morale and the confidence of the team. The veterans in the team believe that over the past 6 years, the team lacks things to compete at the highest level in Europe. Someone's going to have to go to those veterans saying, look, some of you guys are actually the problem because you guys don't perform in these matches. And of course, in this next month, we're going to have so many big games coming up. Actually, Sport reiterated that fact, saying that the next 3 weeks are the most crucial for Barcelona season. The fate of all the competitions and the new president could be decided in the next month. Now, yesterday, we did talk about Barcelona's rebuild and how Barcelona should be rebuilding over the next few years. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona assumes that the return to the top, once again, they have to take care of the young players more than ever. Both Ruiz and Masia and the signings, Ronald Koeman is willing to help the youngsters with the help of the veterans and play them more. A good example from Koeman was yesterday that Barcelona asked the under-29 side to not call up Elash Mariba next week because Koeman wants to count on the midfielder to be available for the game against Elche. And also Mundo come out saying that despite the club's poor economic situation, it has turned down massive offers for Ansu Fati, Pedri, and Trincao last summer. Of course, they did reject 150 million from Manchester United for Ansu Fati, 40 million from Bayern Munich for Pedri, and 60 million from Leicester for Trincao. So in my opinion, I feel like Barcelona are trying to go on the road of, embedding the youth players and the La Masia players way more than they have over the past few years. And the Barcelona board currently feel like that Koeman could be that man to do it. I'm still on the fence on it, but he is showing some good signs. Like, for example, asking the Spain Federation not to call up Elash Mariba, playing Pedri and Ricky Puig more, of course playing Dest, giving a chance to Minguetta, playing Dembele, playing Trincao, all that sort of stuff. So Koeman is showing some signs of that, but my concern is that can he keep it consistent and do it over a course of a season? But we'll definitely see in due course. So that's my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below on everything we discussed. Of course, Haaland coming to Barcelona, Laporta looking like he's going to be the next president, Messi suing El Mundo and probably not going to PSG. But what I really want to know your guys' opinion on is Bryan. Would you sign him from Sevilla? And of course, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys some more for the match preview for Barcelona versus Cadiz in La Liga. Take care, and Forza Barca.